You got me out of the shower today. So I'm going to be doing my usual getting ready for the morning, chatting about skincare issues and techniques. Before I start talking about exfoliation and how to do it and what products, I wanted to start with the skincare building blocks and the foundations, if you will. So I've already done that with antioxidants and also the hydration and keeping your skin barrier intact. Now today I want to talk about skin cycling, and I feel the safest way and the most beneficial way to incorporate actives, retinoids, and enzymes and all the things into your skincare routine. So I already started by cleansing my skin, of course, and then my Bloom what is this? Meltdown oil for acne prone skin. Then I put on my SPF, which is also my moisturizer, and I did have a comment asking what my recommendation is for an SPF that does not leave a white cast and helps prevent breakouts. So I totally suffer from that. So I have to be really careful with the SPF that I use, and I know a lot of people have this issue as well. So the one that I'm really liking is from Ulta MD, UV Clear Broad Spectrum SPF 46. I talked about this before, and this goes on, I mean, it starts off like light, but then it goes on clear, and usually one pump is enough because you can see it's going to cover everything, but then as I rub it in, all the way down your chest, of course, very important. You have to get any exposed skin. And they always tell you when you're putting on SPF that it has to be an ample amount. So it's actually protecting and doing what it's supposed to do. And I go all the way up under my eyes. And you can see I don't have a white cast. I hope you can tell with this lighting. I have my ring light on and it's overcast today. So hopefully you could get like a clear view that it is now sunk into my skin. And it feels really good too. It's not greasy, but I do feel moisturized and supple. Another one that I loved is 11 by Serena Williams. This one has this unrivaled sun serum, SPF 35, and it is oil-based. I loved this stuff. It seems to be discontinued now, so I don't know, because a lot of the reviews were always for the pump. The pump was atrocious, so I literally had to like pour it out of my hand. I figured it out, and I loved it, but yeah, I'm hoping that it being discontinued means that they're working on the packaging. Because this formula, above all others, never caused a breakout for me, and I could tell that I was protected. I never burned. I could even like smell like the SPF components of it, like the zinc oxide. You know, it has a distinct smell, SPF. So it definitely had that in there, but it was suspended in oil. And oils work very well for my skin, and I found that, you know, customers also benefit from oils in the skin. Friends, family, you know, things that I've recommended have really helped keep the integrity of their skin intact and clear up a lot of issues that they've had in the past from using more harsh ingredients. So another one that I've also used mostly in the summer, this is the Unseen Sunscreen by Supergoop. This is very, very popular. So this is literally clear. Like you can see, like when you put it out, it's clear. Let me see if I could show you. And you might even be familiar with it, but it seems like it's like there's a little bit of silicone, or is this silicone free? Actually, I think this might be silicone free, but it feels very like slippery. So maybe I'm wrong about that. I gotta actually take a look at the ingredients. But anyway, you can see that it kind of feels kind of serum-like, and then it just disappears, and it does have a little bit of a slip to it. So that one is a really nice one to use as well, and I didn't have any issues really with breakouts either. But the one that is the best for me has been the serum form, so I'm still on the lookout for something that's like that. If anybody knows of any, please leave the suggestions in the comments. And but right now the Ulta MD is what I've been using every day. Okay, so I'm going to start getting ready and talk about skin cycling. Now I just looked it up actually. The Unseen Sunscreen does have dimethicone in it, but it is oil-free. So it's an oil-free formula, but it does have dimethicone, so that's what's giving it that slip. I love skin cycling, and that's how I do my exfoliation. It is essentially a 4-day skincare plan that helps your skin to recover. There's a cycle of recovery so you don't damage your skin barrier. So it's easy to remember because this 4-day cycle, the morning portion of the 4-day cycle is always the same. You know, so you're doing your cleansing and toning if you like to tone, and then you will put on your SPF, but I always suggest to use an antioxidant serum. My first video on this skincare chat and getting ready with me was the importance of vitamin C as an antioxidant, and to use that in, you know, serum. I use the powder form. you know, so that'll be your antioxidant in the morning to combat pollution, you know, free radicals from pollution, and it's just brightening for the skin as well. So I use the powder form because I feel like it is more stable, but there are some wonderful serums out there that are stable. They're a little pricey, but you know, like SkinCeuticals makes a fabulous one, Paula's Choice makes a fabulous one. So you just have to do your research and just make sure with reviews and whatnot, you know, companies that are really good at those formulations. Okay. Then day 1 in the evening is your exfoliation day. So the exfoliation day could be a physical exfoliation, or it could be a chemical exfoliation. So there are 2 different types, actually. There are the AHAs, BHAs, and enzymes as exfoliants. I'm going to do a separate video when I start to go into the exfoliants and going over more in depth what those mean, because there are differences. So first of all, between AHA and BHA, alpha hydroxy acids and beta hydroxy acids. So the alpha hydroxy acids are, you know, they're lactic acids. They're naturally occurring, you know, like you find them in sugars, you know, stuff like that. So basically that type of an exfoliant is what encourages your skin to go through skin cell turnover quicker than what your skin naturally goes through. And as we get older, our skin cell turnover does start to diminish after about like age 25. What used to be every 28 days of skin renewal, skin renewing cells, starts to get longer and longer. And it starts to go 32 days, 40 days. You know, like the older you get, the less skin cell turnover happens naturally. And so the use of an exfoliant and an enzyme is helping to, you know, slough that dead skin cell off, you know, just helping nature along. So AHAs and glycolic acid even, you know, it's really good for that skin cell turnover. It really helps with like hyperpigmentation as well. So if you have hyperpigmentation issues, you know, because it's helping that skin cell turnover. And then your BHAs, those are for the pores, you know, so that actually dissolves the sebum and the oil in the pores, and it helps to control breakouts because of that, and because it's just breaking apart that sticky sebum that might get caught and clog your pores and cause that. So depending what your issue is, if you're more that you want more of a skin brightening effect, then I would go like with an AHA or like even fruit enzymes. You know, there are certain products, like this one is like more in the organic Earth Harbor Glow Juice. I started using this refining enzyme mask, and this is usually they use papaya, pineapple, you know, like fruit enzymes. And there is a difference between AHAs and fruit enzymes and how they work on this. So the AHAs actually help with the cell turnover. The fruit enzymes actually digest the keratin bonds in between the dead skin cells on the surface of your skin, so they just like slough off. So generally, it is thought that the fruit enzymes are a little bit more gentle. So it depends really like on your skin type and sensitivity, like what you would like to use. Or like I said, that day 1 in the evening, you could do a physical exfoliant, and that's like an actual scrub, you know, like, and that's it. That's all you do. You don't put any actives on. You just use the physical scrub after you cleanse. So after you do that, then you put on your nourishing moisturizer, and that is it for day 1. 2. Same exact morning routine, cleanse, tone if you want, and then you put on your antioxidant serum. I like vitamin C, and then you do your SPF, of course, moisturizer. Like some people like to do a moisturizer, then the SPF. Some people have the moisturizer in their SPF. So morning routine, exactly the same. At night this time though, you'll cleanse, tone if you want, and then you will use a retinoid or a retinol. Basic terms, the difference between a retinoid and a retinol. Retinol is over the counter, just the formulation that it is and the concentration, and it's not as potent as a retinoid, which is a prescription that you get from the dermatologist, and like tretinoin, you know, so it really depends on your skin type, which is best for you. Very sensitive skin types, I would suggest, because I use a retinol, I don't use a retinoid, and because I am on the sensitive side. Oilier skin types, thicker skin types usually can handle a retinoid. So it really depends on your specific skin issues. The one that I like to use is actually over the counter, and it's very affordable, from CeraVe, Resurfacing Retinol Serum. And I like this because it also has my beloved ceramides in them. So they're actually skin nourishing. Ceramides are part of the component that make up our skin. So this actually helps to keep the skin barrier intact and encourages that. So I find that this is like a slow release formula. So I use this in the evening that I'm gonna do my retinol treatment. And then immediately after that, you put on your moisturizer again. So all of the evenings I use a nice nourishing moisturizer. You could switch up your moisturizer depending on your skin type, but I love, especially right now in the winter, I love things that are a little bit thicker. This one is my ride or die. This is the Pharmacy Honey Halo Ultra Hydrating Ceramide Moisturizer. Oh, it's so good. And especially in the winter now, it is very nourishing. So every single day, every single night, I use this. This is my moisturizer. Then day 3 and 4, you cleanse and you tone. Morning routine is exactly the same. You put your antioxidant serum and then you do your SPF, you know, all that stuff. Morning always stays the same, 1 through 4. The evening of day 3 and 4, you cleanse, tone if you want, moisturizer. You know, so you use your really emollient, nourishing moisturizers on day 3 and 4. So the whole principle to this is to let your skin recover in between using harsher actives. So you do get the benefits of the actives because you're only skipping a couple of days and you're doing this consistently. So you get the benefits, but you're not damaging your skin barrier. So if your skin tolerates this, then you just keep repeating those cycles every 4 days. You know, so 1 and 2, that's going to be your active evenings because the morning never changes. And then the 3rd and the 4th day, that's when you do just your nourishing moisturizer at the end and no actives whatsoever. But you could also adjust this depending on how your skin receives, you know, the treatment. If you see that you're just sailing through and you have no irritation, no problems, and you want to bump it up a notch, and you feel like you would like a little bit more exfoliation, you could actually cut off one of those recovery days and just do 1 recovery day. Another thing that you could do also, if you do that 1 less recovery day, is on that day, don't do a straight retinoid on your face or retinol. You could actually do what dermatologists call like a retinoid or a retinol sandwich. And all that is basically you put on, before you put on your retinol or retinoid, you put on a light layer of your moisturizer, like that Pharmacy, and then put the retinol on top of that. And then after you put the retinol on top of that, then you put the moisturizer on top of the retinol. So you have a little sandwich. And so basically it's just kind of buffering the strength of the retinol or the retinoid. So you could play with it like that too, but you'll still get the benefits of the exfoliation from the retinol. And that is really it. It's super simple and easy to embark on a skin cycling routine. And so then that way you could reap the benefits of having the exfoliation, but you're not going overboard. And I am all about not going overboard. If you have been watching like my other videos, that is the thing that I'm always harping on is please like be kind to your skin so you're not damaging the skin barrier, because in the long run you could end up with worse situation than when you started with. So any comments and questions, please leave them below. Just like always, I am open to all comments and questions, and I am always happy to help. I'm really into, as you can tell, helping others like with their skincare journeys. And yeah, so I also have my link tree on the bottom in the description. I always have it. And everything is there to get in contact with me. The first link is actually it's an icon. It's like a little envelope on there, and that is my direct email. So you could just email me directly if you have like a little bit of a longer question that you don't necessarily want to add like in the comments and you want it to be like more private. That's totally cool. You could do that. I'm open to that. So thank you once again for joining me. And again, in the comments, you could also leave any suggestions or any questions that you have. Maybe you have a video that you want me to do. I'm totally open to that as well. So once again, have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, whenever you happen to be watching this, and I will see you again next time.